common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
The birthday boy today, Todd, the Todd Father Butterfield. How old are you now?
48.
48?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe 56.
There you go.
Damn.
So happy birthday to Todd, but we're still coming live for you guys because cryptos never sleep. Hopefully you guys had a good night. You know, the markets were looking like they were going to give back everything earlier in the day. Now we are slightly green again. Can we continue this rally? Looking at Todd's numbers, we really need to break that 6850 mark before we head back down to 6400. If it goes to 6400, it looks like we probably will find a lower low. We'll have Todd discuss all the charts, obviously. We're going to take a look at a few things. First of all, Russia has kind of doing the opposite of the United States here. You know, Coinbase is targeting the accredited investor and institutional money, but a couple banks in Russia are playing around with a retail investor index fund that will include 6 cryptocurrencies. That could be big. That gets the retail investors in. Obviously, then the institutional money can follow over there, but the fact that the government is saying that that is regulatory compliant, that retail investors can invest in this index is a pretty good sign. Hopefully, some other countries around the globe will follow. Then we're going to talk about Circle and Poloniex a little bit. Poloniex kind of had the first mover advantage several years ago. If you've been in the cryptocurrency space for a while, that used to be one of the premier cryptocurrency exchanges as far as volume is concerned. Kind of sputtered off into nothing. It has been acquired, and now they have just released a new digital assets framework on how they will list new assets over there and on the Circle application. Right now, Circle only trades 7 cryptocurrencies, I believe. So if that can generate some more value, that might have a minor Coinbase effect where when new assets get listed as Circle, you might find some pumps there due to the fact that they are limited on what they sell to the public. So how are you guys doing? Everybody's wishing Todd a happy birthday over here. That is good to see.
Thank you very much.
There we go. There we go. So we'll dig right into this.
Just a youngster.
Just a youngster. It's
right.
Funny. So like I was saying, things were looking rough at first, but we are back up to $290.7 billion. Bitcoin, slightly green for the day. I will take it, even though I'm wearing the red shirt, at $6,752. Ethereum leading the charge of the large caps, up 3.39% at $536. We can see here, EOS a little red and Litecoin a little red, and we got IOTA red again. That one has not been performing well. I told you guys my personal fundamental opinion on that, and I have still stayed clear. I've never even traded IOTA before in the past. What kind of big winners we got today? We have Hobie token up 17.59% and Buybox token up 14.66%. This is kind of leading to that recent video I did in the crypto news section on our homepage about how I think exchange tokens really have a finite value proposition in this ecosystem since they are revenue driving companies within cryptocurrencies. We have seen this over and over that these continue to rise. BNB is doing well as well. KCS is kind of lacking because they have no volume over there, but they have a chance to come back. All of these give you a value proposition for holding them. You get reduced trading fees. You're going to earn a percentage of the trade fees on the network, etc. That's why I kind of made a video about it. So if you have not seen that, I would definitely go in the crypto news section and watch that. Tron up 8%. At one point was up 20% for the day on the news, which we will talk about, that they did buy BitTorrent. Now, I think that was a little overzealous. Obviously, it has given up most of the gains here. And BitTorrent is standing by the side that they are not going to be accepting Tron or any cryptocurrencies, and that their platform is going to remain free. So we'll see. Why did Justin Sun buy that? If you guys have an opinion on that when we were talking about it, make sure to leave it in the comment section.
That who buy was one that Gary mentioned a couple of days ago to me.
There you go.
There you go.
And then Linda Coin, another 10% day, up to 48 Satoshis. Man, I might need to get off here and make some trades. I think there's going to be a lot of overhead resistance around the 50 Satoshi mark on Linda. If you're a holder, I still think there's going to be much higher price objectives. There is an announcement tomorrow of some sort. Could that be a buy the rumor, sell the news? It could be. That's what happened with the Redcoin announcement for their partnership. If you want to try to play a swing trade around 50 Satoshis if it gets up there, might not be a bad play, but like I said, I'm still very much long-term on that project. All right, Todd, you want to go ahead and steal the charts and take a look at these?
Yeah, we'll go back to the same thing we've been talking about. We had the, hopefully it's a diagonal leading triangle for Elliott Wave, which gave us the 1-2, which we've talked about. But we need to keep working higher. This rally really should make its way to about 7,200 for Elliott, which would be 1.618 of the Wave 1 rally. I tried to show that over here off the Wave 2 low. A 1.618 would take us to 7,200. So as I mentioned on this morning or the noon update, I mean, it keeps disappointing us because any move back to really 64, 6,500 is going to get two back deep again, which I would think could bring in selling back to another new low. So, I still think we're trying to do that, the big fourth wave ABC, X, ABC, something like that, which wouldn't be hurt even by another new low down to 6,000 or something. So I'm still not seeing that. I mean, I like the action here. 67.34 right now. So another 100 higher. We'll be back at the highs of last night, and then let's see what we can do from there. So go through a few more of the big names. Bitcoin Cash made
it's your
the new
birthday.
high.
Get some energy over there, Todd. It's your birthday.
It's hot.
It is really hot
And
up
I'm
here.
tired. And I've been doing a lot of work today on the stock side. So Bitcoin Cash 900. Dash not doing much. Can't get above that 271, 273 level. Classic acting better, 1560. So we've talked about that one. We would think would continue to work higher. Ethereum is the one coin I said I still like. So that one heated up overnight. We had that rally from 490 to 547 or so. That was pretty quick. So yeah, that one's still I think that's the coin that keeps leading us higher. So if you're long that one, I think you stay long it. Litecoin 99, still a little slow here. Neo 39.78, trading a little slow as well. Not near as impulsive. XRP 55. I mean, all these coins go a hair higher. They're going to start taking out what really was the wave one I just showed you on Bitcoin. So there could be some buying across the board if we could get that done. But here's OMG 922, not doing much. ADA, we'll go back over some of these. Nothing really much else here to really to brag about. EOS 1066 has some work still cut out for it. And really, that's just about it. Ven BTC, still looking halfway decent.
Ven does have a mainnet launch on June 30th, guys. So will we start to see a run up here, when there's about a week left until mainnet launch? There's a really good possibility if BTC just hovers around here or firms up that Ven could actually lead the charge leading into that mainnet. Now, would you maybe want to trade some after that mainnet does go live just in case they run into some hiccups? Probably, but I'm pretty long on Ven, so even if we do see a run up, I'll probably only reduce my position by about 50% after that mainnet is launched.
There's DigiBuy, which I guess we'll be discussing more. Not doing much off the lows yet, but that might be one we're going to talk about. So that's really it right now.
Cool. Seems like a lot of people want me to sing happy birthday. I should have had some happy birthday music ready for the show, but I didn't.
Uh-oh.
We got a bunch of names in here that haven't been in here in a little while. They said they've been busy. We got G-Money in here. Got his sister watching today. Hopefully you can convince her to dollar cost average into some cryptocurrency, and she can continue to spread the word to her friends. And Omar says, moon the likes, guys. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. We also have a little bit of an announcement. I don't really think it's preemptive, but somebody from Zencash actually reached out and said they want to do a sponsorship with the channel. So they're actually going to donate 10 Zen per month to the channel for us to give away to you guys. So like we did last week by giving away Zen, 1 Zen per episode, hopefully we will be able to do that in the coming months. So 10 episodes every single month. We will have a lucky winner for 1 Zencash, currently priced around $20. And if they're doing this on a monthly basis, who knows how high that could go, especially if you hit a bull run. So we might be giving away $50 a show. We'll see. So stay tuned for that. That was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
They said they appreciate the interviews, the reviews, the chit-chat in the comment section. I guess they've been kind of watching our live streams, and they want us to give you guys some coins. So we're going to go ahead. We make nothing off of that. They said they're giving us 10 a month. We're going to give away 10 a month. Nothing off of that at all.
Shout out to Nick for hard work on some of those interviews, because that's why we're getting that stuff. And that's why we're getting more subscribers to the channel, no doubt.
First thing, kind of like I did yesterday, there is a little bit of a warning. If you are an ECA holder, have been a holder, etc., their hard fork is coming up soon. So you do need to get over to their website and update your wallet. Now, it's really easy. Just like if you watched my video before, you go to their website, you hit update, it will install the update on your wallet. You double click on your wallet like you always do. You put in your passphrase, and boom, there it is. It's updated. All of your coins should be there. Everything should be fine. They put a little bit of added code into it, so when the hard fork occurs, that everything will be good to go. There is no swap of tokens or anything like that. So just make sure to get over there and update that wallet if you are an ECA holder. Also, quickly, I know a lot of people are concerned about Binance. Are they trustworthy? They kind of came out of nowhere. They moved from Japan to Malta, etc. Well, the Malta Stock Exchange announced yesterday that Binance, one of the world's leading cryptocurrency exchanges, is backing its newly launched program to support fintech startups and entrepreneurs. This tells you two things. Number one, Binance is making a butt ton of revenue. Good to go. That also could be an upside for the BNB token moving forward, as the volume continues to be very high on Binance, usually in the number one or two. Lastly, my point is, if they are investing in the infrastructure of Malta and the trading exchanges, the traditional exchanges of Malta as well, do you think they're ever going to have any regulatory issues coming out of that country? Probably not. It's a I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of situation. Binance is solidifying that relationship by investing in the infrastructure of that country. And this just makes me believe Binance is here to stay, guys. So you can take that for what it is. Now on to some real news here. 2 major Russian banks to offer crypto-based fund for retail investors. As we know, we've talked about the Coinbase Index Fund and the fact that they are about to become a custodian, but you have to be an accredited investor or institutional investor with $250,000 or more, which obviously isn't helping the retail investors at all. And we do have some OTC markets with Grayscale, with Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic, and soon to be Zencash tradable over there. But again, you have to be an OTC client, so it kind of eliminates a lot of those smaller retail investors like you and me. But these 2 Russian largest banks are testing cryptocurrency-based investment options for retail investors. Those assets will in fact take the form of 6 cryptocurrencies. I know Ruby was asking which ones, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. That means they're leaving out 2. What do you guys think it is? Do you think it would be Ripple, since it's a high market cap? Do you think it'll be Ethereum Classic, because that one seems to be on Coinbase, Grayscale, etc.? Or do you think it's going to be some smaller cap coin? We'll have to wait and see, but keep an eye out, because if the news comes out on those 2, those, once again, you have to have in your portfolio. This is what is going to be accessible for new money on both the institutional side and now the retail side coming out of Russia. The move comes as Russia prepares to enact binding laws governing cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, which will see crypto become formally defined, legalized investment assets under Russian law. Russia is trying not to get left behind here, guys. Quote, "We want to offer our clients a completely transparent entry point for digital assets, fully in compliance with regulatory requirements, which allows investment within Russia in a product that interests them. The new investment product will reportedly allow the client to withdraw to fiat at will, with crypto assets being under the control of partner group IB through bespoke custody solutions." So that means that they're already implementing custodians. I know here in the United States we've been kind of ahead of the curve, and Coinbase is trying to be a custodian. You've heard it from Fidelity, JP Morgan, etc., that is trying to lean that route. Apparently these two have already been approved to be custodians over in Russia. So we'll see if this brings in some new institutional and retail investor money, which would be awesome. It could really help get some momentum in this ecosystem, which we need so much at this point of indecision in the price action. But overall, I thought that was really interesting. A lot of the countries seem to, since it's so volatile, we need to have institutional money first because they know how to trade, invest, etc. Russia's saying we're bypassing all that. We're creating a legalized, regulatory compliant fiat onboarding platform for the retail investor. What do we got going on? Wonderful Block said XRP, yes. I know a lot of people in here own a lot of XRP, so I know you're hoping for that. The more people to see your product, the more chance they have to buy it, and there goes higher prices. What else we got going on in the chat box?
I got a few charts people have asked for. DNT, XSN,
Sweet.
VERI.
Well, let's take a look.
I mean, there's VERI, USD. Not much to say there. I mean, weaker than quite a few coins. I mean, hopefully sold out, but I'd rather stay in stronger coins. As we know, DNT, USD is not going to be much different. Let that populate. I mean, somewhat a Bitcoin chart, so not as bad. Obviously had a decent day today on the last bar down at the bottom there, you can see. And then XSN, BTC at live. That chart's way different. I don't know anything about that one. But impressive action today, no doubt. I would think that one's got higher to go. And then let's go back to Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin USD. If we go back to 4 hour. And this is BitTorrent, which isn't going to be as good on the volume. I mean, I mentioned this before. Elliott wave count, I think we've had an ABC, X, ABC. And this will hopefully be known as a spring here. But we really need some follow through here, which we're not really getting down here because we had that 103 level turn us back. So, and this morning we had, turned it back again hard. So we're sitting here at 98.23. So we need some strength to come in.
Somebody wants you to look at SYS if possible.
SYS. I've got SYS USD up 14%. A little weaker, but that's what they're looking at today, up 14% on the last green 2 hour bar. Some volume finally coming in off the lows, but once again, not a strong chart. But maybe it can put together 80% off the highs.
Somebody was also asking my opinion on Loki. Now, I don't know a ton about it. It is a micro cap coin. I think it's probably around $10 million valuation or something. And essentially, they're trying to push private transactions and like a decentralized or private messaging or communication. I think that is interesting. I think that is a real world use case. I think you'll probably see some gains just because the market cap is so low, but a lot of these larger products are already trying to incorporate those very things. They have a head start. A lot of the privacy currencies we've seen. Zen also has something called Zen Chat, which is private media, private messaging as well. So I think there's already competitors in the ecosystem, but if somebody's shilling it and it's only worth $7 million and only on Cryptopia, I believe, you probably wouldn't be bad. Obviously, I'm not saying buy it off of that, but you're probably going to see some gains on that. For the longevity of it, I would need to look a little deeper. That's just the information I know off the top of my head on that project.
Well, finally got some cool weather coming in, maybe.
Oh, it looks like it's raining. Thank God. I am sweating up here. All right. Colin says, sup guys, been neglecting, but I'm still here. Good to have you back. It looks like a lot of people who haven't been in the live show in a while, but have still been watching, are in here today, so that is awesome to see you. And you get to celebrate Todd's birthday with us. Tony M says, XSN is working on setting up multi-coin staking capability from cold storage, 11 days away from launch. That's pretty big. I know Tony's been riding the up and downs of XSN for a while. We've talked about it on the show briefly a few episodes ago. And Todd's over here trying to jam out to some rap music or something, some pop music.
I'm trying to reply to somebody on just somebody that's a Wyckoff expert, that's all.
There we go.
I wanted to bring it up because I'm going to discuss this in a minute.
All right, so let me steal this back. Metropolitan Bank, a commercial bank based in New York, has revealed that more than 15% of the bank's deposits are made by cryptocurrency investors and clients, and that the bank is willing to continue to support it for digital asset traders. That's pretty big. I know earlier in the year we were seeing that a lot of companies and credit cards and banks, if you try to do a Coinbase transaction, they'll just shut it off. Metropolitan Bank says, nope, we'll take your fees, we'll take your money, we'll support what you are doing. Quote, we are certainly very interested in growing this vertical. We've learned that it is a serious industry. Remember when it was only for drug dealers? Now they're saying it's serious. There are only some very smart people involved. There are some very interesting ideas coming out that could really change the way people do business. Previously, in regions like US, Japan, and South Korea, which have become major cryptocurrency markets, banks have dismissed digital asset investors and businesses supporting digital assets due to their inaccurate assessment of the industry and the sheer size of capital available in the global cryptocurrency market. So this is pretty bullish. This is just one more bank saying, hey, you know what? There's money to be made here. We're going to support cryptocurrency and their investors, and we're going to continue to try to incorporate it in our business model. Now, some of you may have heard of Zappo. I kind of talked about it on Twitter the other day. Zappo is one of those companies, just like Grayscale, when the Bitcoin Cash fork happened, when the Bitcoin Gold fork happened, they actually were forced legally to sell those forks. So that's why you've seen the downward pressure on Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Gold. The last sale from Zappo on Bitcoin Gold was yesterday. I tweeted that might be a trading opportunity. Bitcoin Gold is a little green today. I did that interview with Ed from Bitcoin Gold, and he kind of discussed it a little bit. So there was a lot of downward pressure from continued selling from Zappo and Grayscale and some other investment advisories as well that have to legally sell that Bitcoin Gold. So that'll be interesting if you guys want to try to make a play on that. But in May, Bloomberg reported that Zappo, a secure Bitcoin wallet and vault platform, has more than $10 billion in deposits from Bitcoin investors, which surpassed the deposits individual investors and businesses have made to 98% of the 5,670 banks in the U.S. Whoa. That means Zappo, a random, Bitcoin safe place to store your Bitcoins, had more money deposited to it and held there securely than 98% of the banks in the United States. That's pretty crazy. That is a lot of money. Major commercial banks are aware that digital asset investors need places to store billions of dollars in a safe manner, and entering the cryptocurrency market during a period in which most financial institutions are sitting on the sideline could give early mover advantage to banks that move first. Now, I know a lot of you don't want us to interact with banks, don't like the regulation, etc., etc. But I kind of got an interesting perspective on that from Ed from Bitcoin Gold. So even if you don't want to watch the whole video, if you watch the last 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes maybe, I kind of asked him his overall opinion on blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and he kind of talked about how he thinks the next step is for cryptocurrencies and the traditional finance to start working together. We are seeing that with the OTC markets. Hopefully we can get some ETF markets And then we're hopefully can continue to see more banks supporting cryptocurrencies. And then he said, and only then can cryptocurrencies surpass and change the traditional monetary system after they have already integrated with it, as then more people throughout these countries and around the world will already be familiar with what cryptocurrencies are, how they work, etc.
Clown car politics birthday tomorrow.
Well, we have so many people's birthday these past couple days. That's crazy. It is storming here, guys. So far, the internet is holding up. I just want to let you know if you're hearing stuff that is not fireworks or gunshots.
It won't be DDoS. We might just drop out because of the weather. But we need it to cool down.
That is right. Also, we got Kanan in here from Vertcoin. Shout out to you. What's up, man? Man, it is hot up here. Woo!
What do you mean it's cooling off?
Yeah, you're tripping.
One thing I want to talk about, you can just leave the screen here, is I don't delete Twitter. We don't delete, YouTube videos, whatever. And I don't like deleting other people's comments on our YouTube videos. But the other day, we had somebody saying that, they know where the markets are going, et cetera. Obviously, no one knows where these markets are going. So for someone to say that shows they must be a newbie, I guess. And I've got a gentleman now, I'm not going to name no names, but I just respectfully told him that there's not automatic rallies concerning Wyckoff. Every rally during a trading range is not an automatic rally. An automatic rally is after a selling climax or after a buying climax, you have automatic reaction. So there's not 3, 4, or 5 of them. There's just one after the selling climax. But a minute ago, he has to humbly correct me because he says there most certainly is, and here's a prime example. And then he shows me his charts, which makes no sense because it's just because he marked him up. I guess he's saying he's a Wyckoff. He's one of the Wyckoff experts on TradingView. All I was trying to show him is that is not Wyckoff. Wyckoff never called automatic rallies in the middle of trading ranges. They come after selling climaxes. So to stop a decline, you have preliminary support, a selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test. And then anything after that would be a rally would be a sign of strength or just rally up to resistance, a test of the highs, etc. It's not an automatic rally. So I was trying to just give a little bit of knowledge there, but everybody wants to argue on Twitter and Facebook, or YouTube, everywhere else, which I'm getting kind of tired of. So, but I will delete some things like that doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, I don't think it's smart to delete. I don't care if people argue with me. I don't care if people take a stab at me. I've been trading for years. You're not going to be right every time. If you can be right 60, 70% of the time, you're successful. So these newbies need to figure that out and understand that. So, but they will. Anybody that thinks they're right any time could have 10 winners in a row, but the 11th one is going to wipe them out. So I've seen that too many times. So that's all.
Dude got wrecked said Twitter is a poop show now. Well, I mean, it's really just
Twitter
the bear market. The bear market brings out the salt and everybody wants to argue. Rather than working together and figuring out how to be prosperous even in the times of despair like this, whether it's via, staking, masternoding, researching to try to find these projects that are still finding gains. Linda Project, Tony talked about XSN, ECA had a good run there. Like, you have opportunities. You just have to work a little harder from them. You can't just blindly put something into whatever, shill it, and capture your gains and call yourself, oh, I'm a trader now. I mean, that's not how it works. And if everybody would just work together and actually try to gather information like we used to a couple years ago, when everybody actually backed out everything they said with facts, and rather than just spewing diarrhea of the mouth, we got a lot further. And that's really what we need to get back to. Education, knowledge, and working together. We're all in this for the same reason, for cryptocurrencies, for investment, speculation, making money, etc. So we need to work together, kind of what we see in this chat box. Our chat box is always pretty clean. Everybody's bouncing ideas off each other, and that's really how you make the gains. And you are positioned properly when the next bull run happens. You have to have a plan. You can't just wait for Bitcoin to go to 10K and then try to react. It's already too late. You got to accumulate the solid projects now, do your swing trades now, and be ready.
And losses are just a part of the game. And it's emotional. This game's emotional. And this game has been way emotional. So even for myself. And then you got everybody beating on you that acts like they're the best traders in the world when they're really just lying on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and everything else.
Yep, so we're just doing our thing. If you guys have any questions, let us know. If you have any charts you want Todd to look at, let us know. I got another article here. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but we'll go over it. Crypto startup Circle reveals how it chooses new token listings. Blockchain startup Circle has released new details about how it will select cryptocurrencies for its trading and investment platforms. On Tuesday, the firm published its asset framework, similar to what we've seen on Coinbase and what I referenced on Coinbase's video, talking about which 5 cryptocurrencies I thought could go there next. We do know ETC was one of those. It is now on Coinbase. 0x was one of those. Coinbase bought Paradex. So that's pretty close. The second closest interaction, we'll see if they start using 0x for fees on that decentralized exchange or add 0x to the Coinbase as well. So you can gain a lot of knowledge if you want to come over, look this up on Coindex, read this asset framework, see what fits the description. You can gain a lot of knowledge there, not only for what Poloniex and Circle are looking at, but what probably a lot of these exchanges are looking at as well. Let's see, Circle also published an asset listing form, which any project applying to be listed must fill out as a first step. Notably, the company noted it will not accept any kind of payment to list an asset. So in my opinion, Poloniex has fallen off. Circle now is working with Poloniex. Could they make a rising in volume come back up to the elite level that it used to be? This could be what brings it there. It's not charging an enormous amount of money to projects to get listed. It is going to list the projects that meet the asset framework and that should be good investments for investors like me and you. I mean, that's pretty big. We all know, not to name names, Binance charges a butt ton of money. Even some of these smaller exchanges are charging multiples of Bitcoin, 1, 5, 10 Bitcoin to even be listed on their exchange, which in my opinion is ridiculous, because who does that benefit? That benefits a lot of these new coins who are ICOs. Some of them are legitimate and have put together some good projects, but many of them just have a ton of money. If they have a ton of money, like we saw, I can't remember which one Binance listed, but they even had to put a warning out there. They had the funds to pay their way onto Binance, whether they say they have to go through a test or not. I mean, if you're paying the money, they're on there. And then that might put some investors in a bad situation. So I think this is one angle that Poloniex is trying to push here and might get some traders back over on their platform. At present, Circle Invest already offers 7 digital assets for trading. It is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, Zcash, and Monero. So it does have 2 privacy coins, which is interesting. I know a lot of people were concerned about the regulation on the privacy sector, but Circle does have Zcash and Monero. Also, the normal large caps of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. But what else are we seeing there? Once again, Ethereum Classic. This move came just weeks after Circle reportedly began seeking a banking license within the United States. The license, if approved, would enable Circle's various platforms to trade cryptocurrency tokens that are currently considered to be securities. It is unclear whether or when Circle will receive the license. There you go, guys. So Circle gave out that asset framework. I would take a look. Is this a revitalization for Poloniex? But really, I just wanted to point out that Circle is making moves. And what do they trade? A lot of the same coins we're seeing on a lot of these other fiat gateway guys. You got to keep an eye, because when the bull run happens, ooh, those ones are going to be looking pretty.
Tony M is always dropping a little bit of knowledge.
What do you say over here?
Just intelligent thoughts. That's about all he ever drops.
Yeah. Tony M says, in my opinion, there is only one way to make money in this market, and that is to learn how not to lose it. Anyone that, quote, knows where the market is going is guaranteed to have a higher risk tolerance than someone successful.
Right,
there you go.
And he said hasn't been kissed on the forehead by the law of averages. That's why when I told the guy, he made a comment, I just said, so you know where we're going? He's like, yes, I will correct you. I do know where we're going. And that was just an automatic delete. I mean, that's crazy. I don't want anybody around us reading that, because that makes no sense.
Yep.
I mean, I would have had a nice discussion with him, but I ain't got time for that. No way.
Yeah, John West says, it is smart to dollar cost average down a coin that you bought at a lot higher price if you are already heavy percentage-wise for that coin. I mean, if you are a believer in that product and think it is going to be a winner, then yes. Because if you keep adding to that percentage, obviously it makes you heavier and ruins your diversification on your portfolio, generating higher risk for that coin. But It is never bad to reduce your cost basis in something that you believe is going to be a winner. And I think at these price levels, I even tweeted that similar thing to that out. Dollar cost now and accumulate at these levels. And even the people who have a salty taste in their mouth because they bought at 20,000, well, now is your opportunity to reduce that cost basis not only on Bitcoin, but all of your other favorite altcoins as well. Because if you believe in this space, that is going to be a mere blip on the long-term chart, and this is your opportunity. When it was 20,000, everybody was begging to buy 7,000 Bitcoin. It was all over Twitter. Oh, if it goes to 7,000, I'm buying, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're here. So now's your opportunity to dollar cost average in and lock in that price.
I've got Steam in front of me. Somebody asked what wonderful bricks. I think asked a couple times. Holding the previous low, testing it. And again, guys, I've said this over and over. I look forward to talking more Wyckoff, but I've got to have consolidated volume, and obviously I've struggled with that. But I'm hoping Vladimir gives me that here in the next few days. And then you'll see me talking way more Wyckoff and less Elliott Wave. But you just can't talk about charts when they're trading in a lot of different exchanges. And you don't know if you're looking at real volume, behind the action, or it's just one exchange, etc. So it's hard to do that. But Steam, it is holding the previous low. So, maybe one to rally back, but not one I really don't have any positions in Steam.
There you go.
So Canada, no one's thinking long term. I think they was when we was at 18,000 Bitcoin and they knew we was going to 100, but now no one's thinking longer term.
Yeah, I can remember when we were at 18,000 Bitcoins, everybody's like, oh, Ripple's going to $10, and then we're going to have Ethereum at 2,000, and we're going to have all the, whatever else. Tron is going to be $1, Verge is going to be $1, and they're already counting their money and their chickens before they hatch there, and everybody was thinking long term there when the hype is there. As soon as you see a market correction, which is what this is, obviously this is deeper than myself or Todd thought this would be, but it's still just, this is a standard market correction. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. This happens in traditional markets as well, commodities, etc. And a lot of the people that were coming in the space, either thought they're going to be a millionaire from cryptocurrencies or have never really traded or participated in markets before. And when it went down, that's why I think we've gone lower than any of us could anticipate, and probably a lot of you guys could anticipate too, is because the market always overreacts. And here in cryptocurrencies, we've seen that it's overreacted even further. Now, you guys know I'm bullish on cryptocurrencies. The infrastructure is being built every single day by these platforms, Coinbase, Fidelity, etc. And, we're just here. We've been here every day. Everybody that's watching is going to be way ahead of the curve, because I'm telling you right now, once Bitcoin breaks $10,000, that's when all these people are going to come back buying. That's when everybody on Twitter, all these OGs that said they'll never leave you, will come back to Twitter, etc. Once the bull run has ensued. But right now is where you get good opportunities, get in some solid projects, and start staking and doing other passive income opportunities, mining, etc.
Like Kanan and Tony M are saying, most people haven't been in a trading cycle. So I've been in and out of a lot of them. But I mentioned back when, Matt and I first started the channel that we'd have a 70% correction in Bitcoin at some time. And I got hurt by it even knowing that, because I just didn't think it was going to occur when it did. And, I go back to January 5th when I made that tweet that be careful buying the alts, because it was just, it was mass hysteria up there. And I was feeling the pain by not doing it. That was a time, the problem is Ethereum acted really well after that. I think Litecoin acted well, Neo. They kind of had, revolving distribution up there. And then I did sell a little bit of Bitcoin, and a lot of clients wanted it right back because the bullishness was so rampant. So it was hard to, pull money out.
I probably even still have that tweet when Verge was reaching 20 cents or 25 or right around the high. Todd said, hey, what's going on Twitter? What's the fundamentals on this? Should I buy it, sell it, whatever? And you were looking to sell it. And I was like, at first I said sell it. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, man, I just browsed everything. Everybody thinks it's going to $1. I don't know. Right. And you're like, all right, I'm going to try to take 25, 50% off the table. But I know a lot of the clients pushed back and said, no, keep it. So it's
I sold some, they bought it right back. So yeah, it was tough. They bought it back because they just knew we was going a lot higher. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go through those emotions again. on the next rally again. But now we're going through the same exact problem right now. I mean, people don't want to be in anything, or they want to trade, or they don't want to look longer term. So yeah, it's just an emotional. I mean, it's the worst.
Yeah, and right now what we really need to break out of is, instead of buy the effing dip, everybody seems to be doing sell the rally, you know? So that might be the new thing. And every rally we're having, people are, oh, sell it, it's a bull, it's, what's it, a dead cat bounce or a bull trap, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, that's probably going to change. Obviously, some whales are making some decent profits on these upswings, but a lot of people, if you follow on Twitter, are getting wrecked on trying to short the market or getting liquidated on these shorts, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just a dangerous position to be in at these levels right now.
And tops happen quickly and violently, and bottoms are slower and drawn out. So, again, I think we're making a bottom here. Does that mean Bitcoin can't fall to, you know, below 6,000 again? Yeah, probably could. But I think, you know, and the other thing I'll say, I mean, I know, you know, a lot of clients, I don't know them that well, but I know they've got money in stocks. I know they've been around. I know they've bought and held stocks and made a fortune. Those people don't even talk to me. I mean, they just, you know.
They know the deal.
I treat them. I text them once in a while. They might say something to me. They might be like, hey, what do you think about this? They normally say, well, you know, just stay in there and keep chugging because we know it'll turn around. But they've been through it a couple times already. They've made a ton of money in cryptos. They didn't buy the highs. You know, they came in with cryptos at the lows, and we didn't chase anything at the highs. We didn't make dumb mistakes. But yeah, I made mistakes by not pulling 20, 30% off and trading it better. But if I start trading better here now, I mean, I'll make up those mistakes in no time. So it's just an emotional game.
Sweet. I can't believe I didn't talk about this earlier, but Pundi X did win the vote for Binance. Vote round 7. If you win the vote, you're supposed to get listed to Binance on an undisclosed date. So Pundi X did reportedly win that vote. That thing was pumping because everybody can go in there and see the votes. It was winning by a large margin. You can see this pump. Now, what's interesting is they announced, you know, that they won. The vote was over, and look at this dump here. Now, when this thing gets listed on Binance, will this see a massive pump? Good gain opportunity? Probably. That's why I'm keeping an eye on it. But at what level are you comfortable buying and holding this, just waiting for the Binance listing? It could be listed on Binance tomorrow. It could be listed on Binance in 3 months. We don't know. So right now I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. I think I would like the opportunity to play that pump. Also, Pundi X has come out and said that some of their products are about to go live and they'll be distributing them. They do some kind of point of sale system. So that would be interesting as well. But really, I don't think I'd be comfortable buying in this, just trying to make the speculative trade until it gets around probably like all the way down to here, like 5 or 6 cents, honestly. So it would have a little more dropping to do before I would feel comfortable just for a speculative trade. So keep an eye on that one. That dumped. Now keep this in mind for future votes as well. If something is winning by a lot, you're probably going to see those gains. But just know, we've just seen it. Mark this down. Write this in a notebook. It is over. Pundi won, and they still dropped 30% today. Don't forget it.
And Clifford Chapman, you're right. You're very low on the emotion. So, and but that's from years of being around the game.
Perfect. That's really about all we got. I know we in the title, BitTorrent did get bought out by Sun from Tron for about $120 million. If you don't know, BitTorrent is a peer-to-peer file sharing service. And they're really pushed back against the claims that cryptocurrencies and Tron will be used on their platform. They wrote, quote, "No plans to change its business model and will not charge fees for any of its services." Further, the company stated that it has, quote, "no plans to enable mining of cryptocurrency now or in the future." So, I mean, that's what they're saying. But if you got bought out by somebody, do the original owners really have a say? I don't know. If you guys have an idea with what Jimmy Sun has up his sleeve, how BitTorrent and Tron could maybe work together to actually create some viable value proposition of TRX, let me know. I'm not sure what he has planned, and it seems like everybody there is like, oh, nothing's changing. Well, you just sold your company for $120 million. You're not really in charge of the changes that are made anymore. So I don't know if you guys use BitTorrent. if it will change. I know it's completely free right now, but I don't know if I see Jimmy's son putting up $120 million not to incorporate it with Tron or not to make some kind of revenue off of it. That's just my opinion.
You saw an hour ago, McAfee said he will no longer promote ICOs, cites SEC threats.
Yep, I saw that. Hey, if I was 75 years old, sitting on $1 billion like him, why would I risk regulatory compliance and going to jail? That is crazy. I can't believe. I mean, he got away with it for a while, so props to him.
That's funny.
S. Taj says, I'm still super bearish on BTC until I see the light in the tunnel. There you go. All right. You guys have any last questions or any last charts? Otherwise, we are going to call it a day. Obviously, you guys know tomorrow is my birthday, so make sure to tune in. We probably will be going a little early, probably shooting for 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time rather than 6:30. I'm supposed to go to dinner with my parents, so make sure to get on your computer 30 minutes earlier, get here during the live show, and get ready with some questions or some comments so we can keep this thing lively.
John West said, I thought you had news on Digibyte.
Well, the news on Digibyte is on Thursday. After the live show, I will be doing a interview follow-up with Josiah Spackman. Now, I know you guys have probably seen the Hangouts recently where we're really just talking about the cryptocurrency ecosystem in general, but this one is going to be more focused on Digibyte. And the reason being is they have made a bunch of improvements and movements with the DigiID and DigiSign that they have going on. But the biggest thing that we're going to discuss is the fact that right now, Digibyte works on a 5-tier proof-of-work algorithm, 2 of them being ASIC, and then the other 3 being GPU mineable proof-of-work algos. Now, they have been floating around the idea of changing one of those algos or adding an algo that will actually be proof of stake. So we're going to discuss some of the pros and cons of them adding proof of stake onto their network, pros and cons of proof of stake in general, and personally, I think if they add proof of stake, that could be big for the project, because what is Digibyte failing to have right now? It doesn't have funding for marketing or funding for, Binance, Exchange, etc. But to further incentivize its investors, it already has miners backing it. They're on their network. People right now are really interested in passive income due to the bear market. And I think that a lot of buying and holding and staking will occur on their network if you can be rewarded as a long-term hodler of their product. So we're going to talk about that. I think it's going to be really interesting. That's about all I can really say. I don't want to go over too many details, but personally, I think that would be massively bullish addition to that network if that was to happen. This is all hypotheticals. We are doing this purely for an education purpose to kind of lay it all out there for Digibyte to really review and see if they're interested in it.
I missed XMR, Fred. Sorry about that. I mean, I know it's taken out previous support around 144. It'd be nice if this was a spring and we could come out of here and take out this first downtrend line. But that's going to be seen here, in the next few days. And
somebody wants to look at Zilliqa real quick, too.
I think I threw that one up. I think I did Zilliqa. That's Zilliqa BTC. I just put the Fibonacci retracements. This came back. This is 50%. This is the 0.382. I still think with this rally and this pullback, I think Zilliqa is showing you that that's going to be a decent coin moving forward. So I wouldn't be scared of Zilliqa. And Bitcoin's just sitting here at 67.35, I guess. So not much going on still.
Crypto Nitrate said, threw it up like too much tequila. About the Zilliqa chart, I guess. That's funny.
67.35. So
there we go. That's about all we got, guys. Make sure that if you are an ECA holder and use their desktop wallet to update that wallet. Also, yesterday I was watching the show and I said a $200 Zen would be about an $8 billion market cap. Well, I didn't know their circulating supply was actually so low. I did the numbers wrong. A $200 Zen would only put it in the $1 billion category. That's pretty feasible. Those are just the numbers. That's all I'm going to say.
And then once again, let's just talk about, we're not here shilling no coins. We're not front running. None of that stuff. I've been regulated my whole life. Cryptos is the Wild West, but obviously regulators are looking at it. And I'm not going to be opening ourselves up for any issues. So Nick tells what he's buying and selling. We're telling positions we have. If Zen wants to give us coins to give away, cool. That's better for the community. Those are free gifts.
Yeah, we're not keeping any of those. So.
You know, we're not here on no funky stuff.
iSerbist said, did you guys talk about ECA will be on 3,000 ATMs? I did not talk about that because that is complete rumor as of now. It's been circulating around their Discord, but just like that DigiByte information, we try to provide these insights to you guys when available. It comes from pretty high ups in the ECA development team that apparently they are working on a partnership with a company that currently generates $10 billion, is worth about $10 billion. Apparently they're working on getting implemented on 5,000 point of sale systems and ATMs across the globe. I don't know what company that is. This is still rumor, but keep an eye on that. I know somebody said they were buying ECA and Linda at these prices. Just between those two projects, ECA is currently the better deal in my opinion, and you can stake ECA as well to generate the passive income I know we all love. And that's all I can say. You know, if you want to stumble onto these rumors, start getting in these coins discords, see what's going on in the communities, etc. Sometimes they're going to be pump and dump rumors, but sometimes they're going to be legitimate, and you're going to be a very early investor and a very early person who hears about those things.
Correct. All right, guys, that's all we got.
That's all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in so much. Smash that like, share, and subscribe button, and hopefully we'll have some more giveaways for you soon, whether it be Zen, Internext, etc. I love to give back to you guys because I know it helps each and every one of you, keeps a smile on your face, keeps you coming back here each and every day.
Thanks for the happy birthdays, and we'll be doing Nick's tomorrow.
There we go, and hopefully with the weather, it'll be a little cooler up here. Man, when I'm sweating, I am uncomfortable.
It is raining heavy out.
Peace out, guys. I still think ETC is a no-brainer. Don't be afraid to mine it and accumulate it. Obviously, it could have a pullback, but in the long term, I think these prices are going to be minuscule compared to the possible outcome. You got any coin you like right now?
Ethereum.
Ethereum? Goodbye.
See ya.
Well, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.